All right, everyone, I'm going to tell you a tale and sing you a song about the new documentary about Ike Reilly, Don't Turn Your Back on Friday Night. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass, and this guitar is just going to be a prop for this review. It is something I hoped to learn, and I never actually did. I learned a few chords. The guitar is probably out of tune at this point, so I'm not going to hurt your ears with this guitar, but I thought it was fitting for this review of Turn Your Back on Friday Night, which is coming to digital on demand on August 27, 2024. It is a new documentary about Ike Reilly, who is I didn't know this before. I didn't know anything about Ike Reilly, but he is a very interesting, prolific, and powerful artist that has been making music for 40 years. It's his story. It is his life distilled into a movie with interviews from his friends and bandmates and people along the way. My hot take is I definitely think you should watch it. I love this documentary. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was beautiful. It's one of my favorite documentaries I've seen this year. It was just a powerful, raw, and beautiful documentary about an artist's journey and the ups and downs of his life and career. I just really loved it. I didn't know anything about Ike Reilly before watching this, and now I'm a fan. So maybe this is just a whole indoctrination setup. This movie is just out there to try to gain him more fans, and I'm all for it because it is a fantastic film and he is a fantastic artist. So, all that being said, I'm going to tell you a little about the film, a few things I liked. There wasn't really anything I didn't like about it, and I'm not really going to go into spoilers because it is a documentary. It's about his life. So this will be a quick, fast song. It'll be a quick, in and out, probably about the length of one of Ike's songs. So in Don't Turn Your Back on Friday Night, you have the story of Ike Reilly, who is this kind of like Bruce Springsteen-esque, Bob Dylan-esque artist who has been making music for 40 years. He's a great songwriter. He has like an interesting style. He has just a really good kind of like rock and roll stage presence, but he never really hit it big. And most of the interviews from his friends, the film has interviews from all sorts of friends, notably Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, and other like bandmates, fans, and people who have been touched by his music, all give very like truthful, raw comments about him and his life. So, things I liked about this movie. The first, I love the music, which is good. It's a documentary about a musician. I love the music. It kind of interplays his songs with moments in his life. You get the backstory for some of his songs. You get the songs as a soundtrack to things in his life, and it is perfect. Like his music is I'm not gonna say catchy. It's not a catchy kind of music. His music is powerful, raw. It's very entertaining, and it kind of fits perfectly when you're hearing some of these stories and hearing some of the events of his life. I kind of joked I thought this might be a sleeper agent to make people fans of him, and I think it'll probably work because his music is very, very good. The second thing I love that there was, no sugarcoating. I'm sure there is some sugarcoating, right? Like these were his friends, these were his family, but it does feel like a very raw documentary. He is very honest about things that happen in his life. His friends are very honest about things that happen in his life. And I also love that his family is in this and they are very honest about things that happen in his life. There are definitely some ups and downs. There are definitely some hard parts about Ike Reilly's experience, but I did like that those were all in there. It's not just like a puff piece for Ike. It is a look at his life and the things that have happened. The third thing I love, I kind of mentioned it, I love the family. I love that the family got involved in making this. You see interviews with his kids, you see interviews from his wife, and I thought the kids' stories were really, really great. Like they definitely helped to show that the character, this Ike Reilly person, is a complicated individual because there are some things that they mentioned that, on the one hand seem like fun things, but on the other, seem like indicators of someone who is conflicted, of someone who is dealing with, addiction and things like that. And so there is one scene partway through where you get to see Ike walking with his kids, and they're going to look for his car. And his youngest is asking very reasonable questions of like, oh, why didn't you drive home? And he is trying to explain it, and then his older kids who kind of understand the situation more also try to explain it. And it is a very touching scene because he is trying to explain the situation, but they're also all covering for the fact that he was drunk and couldn't drive home. And the fourth thing I loved, it's entertaining. Like Ike Reilly's had a pretty fascinating career. He's had a pretty interesting life. His songs are interesting to hear. So it is really just an entertaining documentary to see. It's entertaining to see the things that have happened. There's some footage of him on tour. There's some footage of him on stage, and I just really liked seeing all of that mixed together. And the last thing I love the ending. I thought it was a really good ending. I'm not going to talk about it. I mean, even though I said, that's a documentary, it's a real life thing. There is a nice ending to this film, a way that it kind of pulls all together and really leaves you with a powerful, uplifting message. So that is Don't Turn Your Back on Friday Night. It's coming to digital and on demand on August 27th, 2024. Like I said, I think you should watch it. I really love this documentary. Even though I'd never heard of Ike Reilly before this, I am definitely a fan. So Definitely check it out when it comes to digital on demand. If you do see it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I would love to hear it. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.